morning, everyone. I'm Vincent Yu, Mayor of Temple City. Would like to welcome all of you to this groundbreaking ceremony. Today is such a great day for us. It's a day that we celebrate success, not just for our little community. It's the day to celebrate the success of so many agencies working together, from the federal, state, county level, to our city, and the involvement of so many of you, the citizens. So today is a day of celebration. It's a great day. Just a short introduction of the project. We are redoing the 2 miles of Rosemead Boulevard from the railroad track all the way to the county boundary. It's going to be a complete street, and it's one of the, I would say, potentially, it's one of the first in the nation that has a protected bikeway. I mean, you have now seen bikeways that are separated by striped lanes, but this may be the first in the nation. So for our little community, we're very proud of it. It's going to be protected by a planter, and I don't think anybody else has it anywhere else. So we are mightily proud that we are building a 2 mile of complete street with ADA. It's totally accessible, landscaping with public arts, and actually this is how we started our public arts commission program. So we were extremely proud of it. Now, to put a project like this together, we actually started with $6 million about 2-3 years ago, and then we thought, well, maybe we can do more. And sure enough, 2.5 years later, working together with so many agencies, the project's actually $20 million, and we just can't wait to see it finished. For the $20 million, we actually have 14 different funding sources, from the federal, from the state, from the county level. I'll just mention a few. From the federal level, and we are represented here by Congress member Judy Chu. We have a surface transportation program, highway safety improvement programs, congestion mitigation, air quality funds, and other congressional appropriations. From the state, we have Caltrans money. Of course, Caltrans is here. We have different proposition money, Prop 1B, Prop A, Prop C, and the Cal Recycle, because we'll be doing rubberized asphalt. And of course, Metro MTA is helping us also with their money, with Measure R. And it's really, I think today is a great example of how different agencies work together and help each other and really do it for the community. Rosemead Boulevard actually does not only serve our city, it serves everyone here, and we have a lot of county folks living actually right across, actually as we look, some of the people across the street, they are actually county folks. We're doing it not just for Temple City, we're doing it really for the region, and we're very proud. So without much to do, I would like to ask Congress member Judy Chu, we're now in her district, to come up and say a few words.
Well, congratulations, Temple City, on this incredible project. You know, I've been driving up and down Rosemead Boulevard for maybe 30 years. So you are making a substantial change in my life, because I will finally see a boulevard that has all kinds of incredible elements, new sidewalks, canopy trees, public art, the state-of-the-art bike lane, and you're going to make it a true destination. You know, there are some who would say that Temple City is a sleepy town. Well, I think that's not the case anymore. This truly will be a state-of-the-art project, and it's going to be a wonderful entranceway to Temple City. People are really going to stand up and notice Temple City, and I really have to commend you, because when I heard that you had 14 funding sources to make this happen, I know that you have to be truly determined to make this project go. So I really have to commend you for putting it all together and making it happen. And I pledge to you that certainly I will do whatever I can from Washington, D.C. to make sure that you have the funds for all your future projects as well. So I have to commend you and present the certificate of congressional recognition to you, the City of Temple City, for this incredible Rosemead Boulevard safety enhancement. Congratulations.
Thank you, Congresswoman Judy Chu. Next, I would like to ask our newly elected State Senator Ed Chow to come up.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm the newly elected State Assemblyman for the 49th Assembly District. We do cover this beautiful city of Temple City. It's great to be here. And I'm very excited to be here because we have a very exciting project. I want to echo what the mayor just said. Today's groundbreaking represents what can be achieved when we have all levels of government, from the federal, from the state, from the county, from the city, all working together to find solutions to address issues that face all of us, including transportation, including economic development, including environmental issues. I'm also excited because this project is not merely a repavement project, but it will also create innovation and ideas are being brought forward. And as mentioned by the mayor, this is the first ever cycle tracks, including 2 miles of protected bike lanes. And it will add an additional 500 new trees and also 6,000 plants. The roads on Rosemead Boulevard will be repaved with rubberized asphalt concrete, as mentioned, diverting 1.75 million tires from landfills. Can you imagine that? And this is, as we know, this portion of Rosemead is a major north-south thoroughfare, which the enhancements that will be completed by next year will improve the aesthetics and also access to roadway, and that will be a catalyst for economic growth and create jobs as we go. And right now, in this era of economic recovery and awareness for sustainable development, we have to be smart about how we use our money. And this is a very representative project about smart projects. And that is why it is so important for us to be here to set an example for all of California on how we can use innovation and improving transportation in our region. And I want to thank the leadership at the city, all the city council members. I want to thank you for your vision on what a green and sustainable Rosemead Boulevard can look like. Early after I was sworn in, I had the opportunity to issue a couple of support letters applying with Metro for funds for bike lanes and other pedestrian safety improvements in the city. And I want to thank Caltrans for working with Temple City in facilitating the relinquishment of Rosemead Boulevard to Temple City as well. I also want to thank Metro and the federal government in helping to make the funds available for this project, as well as State Prop 1B, as mentioned by the mayor, that also contributed to the funding of this project, among others. Finally, I want to thank the architect, Gruen Associates. I met the engineer in the back earlier, and the contractor, the Los Angeles Engineering Inc., for doing the design and construction of the project. And as we say, when we build it, they will come. I look forward to working with you and looking forward to the completion of the project. So with that, I'd also like to present a certificate of recognition to the city, and I would like to ask the mayor to come up and receive this recognition. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Ed Chow. For long years, we've been represented by State Senator Carol Liu, and she can't be here today, but we asked her Representative Jacqueline Wood to come up.
you, Mayor Yu. Well, Senator Liu used to represent Temple City in the time that we were trying to get this project going, and I can remember actually having a meeting with City Manager Jose Polito on this very issue. What can we do? How can we get government to facilitate to get things going and done? It's really a pleasure to be here, to be at the groundbreaking. It's hard for me to let go of Temple City. You all know that it's such a great town to live in, to have your children grow up in and work. So with that said, I'm not going to take too much more time. I know we have more presentations, but I'd like to invite the mayor and perhaps the city council to come up for me to present the certificate.
Thank you for State Senator Carol Lewis' office. We are leaving State Senator Lewis' district, but we're incoming to State Senator Dr. Ed Hernandez's district, and representing him is Laura Jimenez. Please come up.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly a pleasure to be here representing State Senator Dr. Ed Hernandez. And from what I can see, Temple City is an all-American small town, and it's so wonderful to be able to cover this city on his behalf. You know, one of the wonderful side effects of this enhancement is going to be that you are going to see more families taking walks in the city, families riding their bicycles together. So this project is going to create a healthier and more active Temple City. And for that, I think you all deserve an applause. And with this, Mayor, we can please come up. In commemoration of the project groundbreaking for this main thoroughfare in Temple City, thank you for improving traffic safety while creating a community-friendly corridor for residents to enjoy. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Next, I'd like to ask our supervisor, Mike Antonovich office, to come up. He's represented by Brian Mejia, and Brian is a good friend. We've been working alongside on many projects, and so we really appreciate the support of Supervisor Antonovich. Please come up, Brian.
Thank you, Mayor Yu, and members of the City Council, friends from Temple City and from afar, because this is an integral part of the community, Rosemead Boulevard. Supervisor Antonovich, going on a year, dedicated the improvement of Rosemead Boulevard in the unincorporated area, which, of course, similar, enhanced lighting and streetscape, sidewalks of that nature to provide a more welcoming appearance for the community. And this is what this project will bring. It's going to be very intimate and promote health and, of course, safety for our pedestrians and for people driving through Rosemead Boulevard. I'm here joined by Supervisor Antonovich's Planning Deputy, Adele Vizcarra, and thank you for coming. And we have a commendation from Supervisor Antonovich. We'd like to just commemorate this special occasion and recognize all the partners, but Temple City is the beneficiary of this great project that will benefit generations to come. So Mayor Yu and the City Council, I'd like to present this commendation from Supervisor Antonovich and wish you best of luck.
this is such an important project to both the county and Temple City, because I think about at least half of the street actually serves county residents. So, and actually we've been working with County Public Works also as we plan this project. So thank you so much to Supervisor Antonovich. I'd like to actually also ask the Vice Mayor from Alhambra, Barbara Messina, to come up.
Thank you, Mayor Yu, council members of Temple City, guests. Temple City has always been a special part in my heart. When my husband and I got married in 1961, we bought our first starter house in Temple City, and it was darling. We outgrew it shortly in 3 years because we had our first 3 children the first 3 years we were married. So we went back to Alhambra, but I have fond memories of Temple City. And this project is a perfect example of when agencies come together, as was previously stated. Wearing my COG president hat, this is exactly the type of collaboration that should be seen and done in many, many, many projects. So I'm very, very proud, speaking from the COG standpoint, but also as an Alhambra City Council member, to tell you how much this is going to improve the aesthetics of your city. I can't tell you, when people drive down the street and they see trees and flowers, it just gives them such a good feeling, and it says a lot about your city that you do care. So if the council will come up, I'm very proud to present Alhambra's commendation on all your efforts and work to make this a beautiful boulevard.
Vice Mayor, thank you so much. This is a road project, and every road project in the state of California, you cannot be successful without the partnership of Caltrans. So I would like to ask the Deputy Director of Caltrans to come up, and we appreciate their assistance in putting this project together. Mr. Assis Alata.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I'm truly honored to be here today. I remember as a student I used to read about complete streets, and I never understood what it meant. And in Caltrans today we have 114 projects worth $2.2 billion. This is the first that has complete streets in it. I don't know how you were able to grow $6 million into $20 million in these fiscally constrained environment. But this is a testament to the leadership that you have, and to use that money to do something beautiful like bike path, ramps, continuous sidewalks that already exist when other cities are trying to fix potholes and restripe. That's also a testament to the vision that your leadership has. The other thing I'd like to emphasize driving here was, it was really amazing to think that there was 14 funding sources and they all came together and we didn't lose the funding. That happens very often when people start bickering and they lose sight of the bigger picture. So I can tell you a lot about the project that you have here because I studied it overnight and I know what it entails. But the most important aspect, and this is the way of the future, is for agencies to get together, to communicate often, and not to put barriers that will actually hurt everybody in the long run. I don't think I've driven through any city lately, and I drive through a lot of cities being the planning deputy for Caltrans, where I've seen anybody talk about a buffer between pedestrians and bicyclists and motorists. So that's an important aspect. I can't tell you how important it is for me to be here today, because now I can go back and actually tell the new employees that we have and students that I talk to on campus that there is a city that has the idea of a complete street. I look forward to being with you here when this project is completed and we're celebrating its completion. Thank you very much for having us here.
Thank you so much, Deputy Director. It's certainly, we couldn't have done it without Caltrans' help in facilitating the plan review and guiding us through all the funding. We'll be looking forward to working with you and your office in the coming 16 months. Yes, we will finish a project in about 16 months and looking forward to the grand opening, actually. Here, I'm now going to ask my fellow council members to come up, and first, Mayor Pro Tem Sternquist.
Thank you, Mayor Yu, and welcome. Today, the small city of Temple City is making big news, and that's amazing for a small city. And I don't want to be redundant and repeat what everybody has said, but I just would like to take the opportunity to thank every single person, whether you had a very small role in this project or a very significant one. You are all part of the reason we're here today. And as we all know, every great milestone begins with a simple, small step. But today we've taken a giant step, and I'm thankful that you're all here to share in that. So thank you.
Councilmember Tom Chavez.
I've been asked to push this podium falls over. There we go. Is that better? Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone for coming today. This is a great turnout, of course, for our city. To see so many dignitaries in our city, this is special for us, of course. You know, today we celebrate a milestone, and a milestone or one of hopefully many milestones in the future for our city. We've got a lot of things on our table, and you know, this is great to see this project go off. You know, a lot of talk about what we have to look forward to. Of course, the beautiful street that everyone has mentioned. You know, we're all looking forward to that. I just want to give a special thanks, of course, to our Mayor Yu and Councilmember Bloom. For those of you who do not know, they've pretty much spent every Friday for the last 2.5 years really looking at this project and working with our design team and our contractors and putting a lot of extra time into making this project you know, what it is today on such a grand scale from what it originally started out as. So, you know, there are going to be, of course, inconveniences. We've seen those. My wife works on Rosemead Boulevard, so I'm sure I'll hear about it every day, every night. But she's been good so far. So, but we appreciate your patience, and we know that it'll be worth it one of these days. And you know, thanks a lot for helping out, all your contributions. And it's truly nice to be able to see projects like this come about, because it's really something I think that all of us, not just the politicians, but all the residents, all the businesses will be proud of and say, okay, where are you from? Temple City. Oh yeah, I remember going down that street. That was beautiful. So thank you, thanks a lot, and look forward to seeing you at the opening. So thanks.
Yes, we've been spending every Friday here for the last 2.5 years. Whoops, this is gliding forward. It's, we're really progressing here. So I'd like to ask Councilmember Carl Bloom. He's part of the ad hoc committee for this project. Please come on.
It's going to keep going. All right, we're making progress. Thank you, everybody, and welcome here. I just want to give a little perspective to this project. About 10 years ago, our previous city council, along with Supervisor Antonovich north of us, started the process of trying to gain jurisdiction of Rosemead Boulevard. And the reason for doing that is so there's a little more local control. The state owns thousands of miles all over the place. If you think about it, where are they going to spend their money with all the freeways and everything? It's probably not going to be on some little section of the highway through your city. So it was important for that to happen. And that took a number of years to take place. It finally did take place, and that was one element. Another thing going on in our city, our commercial areas were getting old, they were getting tired, we were getting vacancies, and we were just not, while we had a great residential area, our commercial areas they needed help. So that was another factor. We surveyed our citizens about 5 years ago and said, what do you want in the city? They said we want more places to dine and shop, quality places. And we don't have them now in the city, and we need those. So those factors came in. We finally got jurisdiction of Rosemead Boulevard, and we started thinking about it. We had, I think there was $300,000 we initially got it when the transfer came to us. And we said, you know, redoing a road like this happens once every 25 to 50 years. You don't get a shot at this very often. So fortunately, the staff we have, our city manager, the staff, the city council, we all said, let's take a shot at it. And you've heard the story. We generated numerous funding sources. We hired consultants. Steve Smith, Steve's here, wave your hand wherever Steve is at. Steve's back there with Crew and Associates. We brought him in as one of our consultants. And one of our early meetings was, you know, we could really do a good job on this street. We all sort of looked at each other like, yeah, right, how are we going to do that? But the vision was there, and Steve says we can make a grand boulevard out of this, something to be really proud of for your community. So we start working on it, and that's how we've progressed it today. So that was about 2.5 years ago when we started that. The aggressive schedule we were on basically said, this is important to us. We want to turn the city around. We want to help our commercial areas, but something has to be the catalyst to make it happen. And we saw that in Rosemead Boulevard. We said we can really upgrade this. Then all the businesses along Rosemead Boulevard and other places in the city, if the streetscape is improved, you have a tendency to spend, okay, I can fix my buildings up. I can do other things because the city's investing in it. So that's, and I call it a gamble. That's the gamble we're taking at this point, but we're all pretty confident that that's a gamble that's really going to pay off for us. We built in, as they mentioned, some sustainable features. We're looking to the future. When we first talked about putting a bike lane along here, I don't know if you were at the first community meeting, but the reaction was, are you kidding me? Who's going to ride a bike down Rosemead Boulevard? There are people. I mean, we actually did a survey. There's between 300 and 400 people that ride down Rosemead Boulevard daily now. So we said, how do we do this? And we started talking about these protected bike lanes. And everybody, we looked at each other, and everybody says, what? You know, can we really make it happen? And we started working with the designers and said, yeah, we can make it happen. And that's how we got to where we are. So this project is not only for now and helping our city revitalize, which I think it's going to do, it's really for the future. The transportation, the way we travel, there's more desire to walk, there's more desire for bikes. We're getting smaller, more fuel-efficient vehicles. So we take all those factors into play, and that's how the complete streets start to come together. So we're looking at this being basically an investment into the future generations, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be using this street as well as we are. So that's what we're doing. We're laying the groundwork for the future generations. I thank my colleagues on the council, because there were some decisions we came forward and said, okay, we're going to invest in this, we're going to buy into this concept, and they were there with us. So with that, I'll turn it back to the mayor. You can fill in the rest of the pieces here.
I mean, just very quickly, I know, we all want to see we go back there to do the groundbreaking, but I think just to illustrate, I just want to point out how this project is a first for our community in so many different ways. It's the first project that actually is a complete street. I already mentioned could potentially be the first in the whole nation that has a protected bikeway. I feel like we're the little city that can. I really do. And like Carl was mentioning, the council really worked together to put this together, and we really see this as an economic development tool, and this is just the beginning. Like we mentioned in the State of the City address, we feel that we're at the threshold of success. But many projects, many things to come, and this is just the beginning. Among other first is that because of this project, we now have a public arts commission. This is the first time Rosemead Boulevard is fully, or will be fully, ADA accessible. So anybody with, absolutely, we want everybody to have equal access. It's the first time we worked so hard in putting together community meetings. To my knowledge, it's the first time we ever have a project with 3 community meetings, and they were all bilingual. We want to make sure our diversity of our city is respected. We work with our local press, with our Asian press. We actually even advertise in local paper, including Chinese press. We even have commercials advertising the community meeting. We really want to reach out and make this a total project that everybody is involved. So that's the first one. We have an AM station, 1690, dedicated just for this project. You can listen in, and not that many communities do that. So I really feel proud and good about this project. But in order to put this project together, besides who had come up to speak at the Congress, state, and the county, Caltrans level, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize at least the organization that are associated with this project. So without calling individual names, when I call your organization, please stand up so be recognized. I'll just go by alphabetical order. Avant-Garde, are they here today? Oh yes, Avant-Garde here. How about the funding? Okay, thank you. Bike St. Gabriel Valley, they also help with all of the planning. Thank you. Caltrans and their staff, of course, been working with us. Gruen Associates, please stand up, all the designers. Thank you. Is KOA here today? Oh yeah, there you go. He was the one that had tried it, and actually when we look at him and said, is this possible, protected byway? I think he might be one of the originator of the idea, maybe, so he made it work for us. We have the water companies, Sunny Slope and Golden State. Are they here? They're in the back, thank you. They're working with us. We have the Edison Company, are they here? Okay, but, oh, they're out here. Thank you, Edison. And we also have our, actually I don't want to forget to recognize our school superintendent, Chelsea Ken Smith. This is a total effort, so at many levels, different commissions were involved. We have the Parks and Recreation Commissioners here. Please stand up. And also the Planning Commission also is involved in the project. And obviously we wanted to thank our Sheriff's Department. I don't know, is Captain E here today? No? Okay, right. But, it is really a project that everybody deserves credit, including so many of you, the residents. I cannot really mention all your names, and also local businesses. Some of you are here today, and we've been working with you, and we really appreciate your involvement. Actually, we have some school board members here today too, so thank you. Before we start the groundbreaking ceremony, I also want to remind everyone we do have some giveaway in the back. So don't leave without taking something with you. And it's not because they're just giveaways. I think it's really truly a symbol that celebrates how we all can work together to make something almost seem like impossible 3 years ago to happen. So I'm looking forward to the great opening. We're just on the threshold of many successful things to come. So thank you very much. And this time I'd like to invite all the speakers who have come up before to join me over here for our groundbreaking ceremony.